fire inside.
Welcome to another episode of Ringmasters, where we discuss the latest in boxing news and share techniques of the sweet science. Are you ready, fight fans? Let's glove up.
What's going on, Miss Danielle Chambers? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. We had a little difficulty, but we're back. I'm glad. Thank you so much to you for joining us. Also, thank you for my viewers for hanging in there. You know, I kept saying, hey, man, just give us a little time, But it's all right. You're here. How are you tonight?
I'm doing well.
That's good. That's good. That's great, man. A lot of people are excited to see you. Even at work, it was like, is she gonna be on there? I was like, she gonna be on there, man. Just give us some time. She gonna be on there. Don't worry about it. People are asking about it. Trying to remind me because I want to see it. So you have a big follower. You have a huge follower.
Well, I was actually at work today. Dana White came by and I was talking crazy to him.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, how you doing? I said, why don't you make that fight between me and Gabby Garcia? How about you do that?
Yeah.
And he was, you'll fight Gabby? I was like, oh yeah, I'll fight Gabby.
Yeah, that'd be all right, man. That's all right.
Yeah.
Hey, now I was gonna save this question for later, before but I could ask you now since you already kind of brought it up. Do you find it difficult to find opponents for like heavyweight?
Well, I mean, it's not that I find it difficult to find opponents because I'm a heavyweight. It's difficult to find opponents because it's me. It seems
That's true.
that we've requested to fight seems to have fights after they my fight and give me some watered down excuse about, the next time or sharpening up their skills
Yeah.
or it's a money issue. It's like, well, you took that fight for $1,200 and we were going to pay you more than that. So it's not about the money.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's true. Man, you're a tremendous athlete. So I mean, I would expect them to be a little timid around you. But at the same time, in boxing, you have to be confident in yourself. So, and just to let you know, you cut off right here. Just saying right there. So, there you go. There you go. I don't want them to cut you off. I want you to see that nice face of yours. All right. So tell me this. We'll start it off. Where are you from, Miss Chambers?
I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn? All right, that's not the tea kettle in the back, I hear. You don't need to grab it.
Yeah, she honestly believes that I need to do more hydration than water. So she's outside with my dog, and she for sure left the teapot on.
Oh, you might want to get. I don't want your house to burn down. That's fine. Yeah, they left the teapot on. Okay. Well, that's important. We need to get that taken care of.
Oh.
There you go. There you go. We're back.
You
So
got
you're from Brooklyn, New York, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you always been a great athlete? Somebody's laughing at that. They thought that was funny. All right, go ahead.
So you got Mother's Day or Sunday, and I feel like every day you gotta listen to your mama. So if my mom, she comes down,
Okay, you seem like you a little bit. Okay. Now, how did you? I guess I asked you that. Were you always a tremendous athlete? You have brothers or sisters or siblings?
I mean, yeah, I have my youngest sister. She runs a web-based education for Iceland. It's called All Things Iceland, and my brother is um, engineer for NASA. So I have an older brother and
Yeah, I read. I didn't know about your brother. I read about your sister, man. Yeah, your family is really big on education.
yeah,
That's really good.
he had a dual master's in biology, and my mom she spent the majority of her life in nutrition. So
Yeah.
Spend a lot of
Well,
time.
I'm glad
Summer.
you mentioned that, because we got a lot of young guys out here. They just want to get in, and they don't want to go to, hey, I don't need school. It's not that important. It is important. It's definitely important. And I tell those young guys, man, you can get in a position to make money, with your talent, but to keep your money when you're no longer able to use your talent, you're gonna need some education, man.
Yeah, at least
So
somebody education.
right. All right. So before the love of boxing, there was the love of basketball, right? Okay, tell us a little bit about that. Where'd you go to school?
Well, I went to Bishop Lachlan High School, Lachlan Lions, and then I went to St. John's University.
Yes.
Played for the Johnnies in Queens at the Big East. When Virginia Tech, Boston College, Miami, the Big East was really the big problem.
Yeah, and you helped your school. Let's see, you helped St. John's go to the tournament, NCAA tournament twice. Correct? Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, we went to the NIT twice, and then we went to the NCAAs once.
Once. Okay. All right. But you were definitely a notable athlete there, man. You were pretty bad, you know. And also, what did I have here? You also played in Europe for a while. Now,
Yeah,
how was that?
I mean, it was great. I got an opportunity to travel the world for free and see a lot of cool places and taste a lot of different food, short vacations, it really opened my eyes to the opportunity that was presented to me for, in being indoctrinated in different cultures and different languages.
Yeah.
Doing the world from as a kid in Brooklyn, your world is very small. You get to see a lot of people from pretty much from islands. All my friends were from small islands, and essentially when you got to Europe, and it just was like, well, this is very different, and the world is so much bigger.
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's something I recommend if you ever have the ability to travel overseas. Like I've been to Asia, I've been to Russia, I've been to at least 14, 15 islands. I've also in countries. So I it's also it's
That's all right. Okay. Um, Look, and your teapot is going off. My mother's trying to call me. We're
right.
not gonna talk to mom. I don't know, man. Somebody that wants to get this interview. We're gonna get this interview done anyway. What was I want to say? So tell me this. Now you've done all that traveling, and basketball gave so much to you. Do you miss it?
Well, I mean, the thing about it is, it's like, when you break up with your ex, you move on. I love boxing now.
That's what it is.
I'm
I
done.
never heard anybody put it that way. But you've gotten basketball out of your system.
Well, I mean, I've been playing basketball since I was 8 years old. So when when things went sour, and I wasn't able to compete anymore at a level that got people the money that they wanted, I realized that it's a business, and what I got from basketball paid for my education, took me a lot of places, and I was able to really separate my heart and my mind from the game. I don't even watch basketball anymore. Like I'm able to, yeah, that's the thing. It's the thing. It doesn't mean that I won't lace them up and school somebody, but I just don't, I don't live for it anymore. Like I live for boxing and study boxing and
Yeah.
kind of spend my time around. Listen, if I'm at the gas station, shadow box about my house. I don't, do pump fakes anymore.
Yeah, now see, that's how you know it's love for a game. Somebody's loving that. Hey, that's how you really know you're a student of boxing. When you can stay up hours and hours looking at old film or studying the technique. I do that myself, and you can talk about it for hours. And when you're brushing your teeth in the morning and you're sitting there doing this and people think you're crazy.
So like, listen,
Right.
until I slip a punch and counter, it's not crazy then. So it's
Yeah, man. So I completely understand, you know. So tell us, you mentioned when you weren't able to play basketball anymore, and I'm assuming that's because of the traumatic event that took place. Would you tell us about that a little bit?
Well, I mean, my mom is actually here, which is kind of insane. Usually she only partially hears about this story from like interviews that she's watched. But um, yeah, I was ready to go to Turkey, and I was working out at the gym. My mom had her trainer. So I was just going there to shoot around to get my third workout of the day to stay loose. And I was walking across the street, going to Pathmark to get some papaya, and I got hit by a car. And
Wow.
yeah, I didn't get up.
Wow.
And I,
Yeah.
I'm for people always, you know, like strangers are great. People with a good heart is great. Like these people who stuck around and fought for a life that they didn't know anything about.
Yeah.
Like they don't know who I am and they didn't care, but they were just doing a job
Yeah.
and they kept on it and they didn't let a young person, just disappear into the wind. So they fought for my life. And I woke up in the hospital and the back of my head was wide open and my
Yeah.
mom was there, and she's all I shout out to my mom. She's the best. Okay,
Yeah,
like,
tell mom we thank her for being in the background and taking care of you too, you know?
well, take care of her. She's the best.
Yeah.
She took
Shout
my
out to moms, you know.
like. Can you put,
But yeah, man, so you were temporarily paralyzed. That's how bad it was, you know.
yeah, the shock, and then of course when I started to walk again, I was having rolling blackouts. And then of course the trauma because I never heard the car, saw the car. So the psychological trauma, I was literally
Oh,
afraid to cross the street because it's just like you think that you're somewhat invincible until something like this makes you very human.
yeah.
Um, so
Now I didn't really think about that. I thought about the physical part of it, you know, you going through it, but I didn't think about the psychological part of that, you know, event. Um, I mean, you did it cross your mind, like, you know, when you thought about boxing? It seemed like it would have hindered you from boxing. I don't want to get hit in the head, or, you know, or something like that. Did you have those thoughts?
well, I mean, I was like kind of removed. Like that happened in like 2007, 2008. I didn't start boxing until 2014. Um, but
Okay.
it's a matter of me wanting. I mean, I didn't really come to a gym to start boxing. I came to the gym to, kind of stay in shape. I had no intentions of ever boxing. Like I like boxing. Boxing's a good sport, and I feel like it builds strong character. And if nothing else is going to build your confidence, then you're being able to just hit the bag a little bit, work. Or like don't take that away from people. I think that's important. I've always loved boxing. We grew up
Yeah.
as type like that's my household.
Yeah. That's all right, man. But that's great. I'm just go ahead and get into the amateur. So you ended up boxing, and you ended up making Team USA. First of all, who influenced you to box? You just say you just always loved it, and you
Well,
just went to the gym.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I'm 50-0 in these streets. I ain't never lost a street.
Oh, really?
Crap. I don't have a,
So if I go to Brooklyn, they know about you.
they call me the bully in the streets. Like I
Oh,
was home. Crap. Like I give you some work. But what
I
I do,
know, man. So you've
look,
been taking people lunch money for a long time, you
give
know?
me your jacket, give me your shoes.
All right, man. I'm glad I grew up in Louisiana. I didn't come across you, you know. Okay, so you made talking about the amateur boxing. You made Team USA. In 2018, you won the bronze. 2019, you won gold. Am I correct? Yes. All right. Now, your amateur record is a short record, from what I understand. It's 11-1. All right. No. Well, correct me.
Well, the thing is that only counts my bouts with USA Boxing. Like the box track only counts USA Boxing bouts. It doesn't count. Like I didn't just show up and and start boxing on Team USA. So they don't count any of the bouts prior to that. They don't count any of the bouts that I took outside. So I've had 18 amateur fights.
Okay, okay. Well, what is your record there? Because of course it has 11-1. That's what I read on the write-up. So what was your record?
Well, I mean, I actually it's 18 and 2 because I had the withdrawal at Worlds, and then I had what I call my first boxing lesson.
All right, and is that with the young lady from China?
No, that was a withdrawal. I fought I forget the girl's name from Kazakhstan. Is it Kazakhstan? Or yeah, I think she's from Kazakhstan. And in the first round of that fight, I tore my ACL and my MCL. I finished the fight. I almost knocked her out in the second round, but after the fight, I couldn't walk. So we went back to the hotel and we just thought it was swollen. But then in the morning, I couldn't walk. So the team doctor came in. She didn't. And then we got an MRI for clarification. And when I came back home, we had surgery. So I had to medically withdraw from Worlds. That's why I got a bronze.
Okay, okay. All right. So if it wasn't for that, you probably just got the gold then.
Yeah, I'm gold medalist.
Yeah, you definitely are. I won't argue with that. You know. Saw that I ended up seeing you ended up that loss that I saw was from a young lady from China, but you said it was withdrawal, but you actually got a chance to fight her again the next year, and you beat her.
Yeah, no, we actually fought. She got a walkover. The first fight, she got a walkover because they would not let me weigh in. Like that's what a medical withdrawal is. So, literally you go downstairs, they call your name for weigh-ins. You don't show up. The team doctor shows up, lets them know that you'll be withdrawing, and literally she just got a walkover into the championship.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So I guess in 2020 you made your pro debut. First fight was Monica Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm correct, that was a good fight. That was a great fight. Y'all had some fireworks going.
Yeah, I mean, so like, she likes to tell this story that she got 2 weeks notice. Like originally I was supposed to fight her in March on a Showtime card. Then that card was canceled due to COVID. Then we had another opportunity. It was going to be a local fight. And the Texas Commission shut that down. So I always try to be fair with people because I like to have, an even playing ground. I don't like to deal with the BS of someone saying they only got 3 days notice or something like that. So as soon as I found out, I had my promoter call her people and let her know when the fight was going to be, so she had as much time as I did. So
yeah,
I thought that the 2 weeks notice was just enough. I mean, and then she was like, my coach wasn't there, for the fight. And I was like, my coach was with Travis Kaufman. Travis Kaufman fought on Showtime. So he was on the whole week because of the COVID protocols with Showtime. So she likes to tell this long story about like, how we, shut her out. And I was like, that's not true. I'm not some shady person. Now, don't get me wrong. You get punch you in the face, but I'm gonna give you as much time as I do.
Well, I don't know why she complained. I thought she fought pretty well with you. I know you won the fight, obviously, but she wasn't a chump about it.
No, she's tough. You can beat that woman with a baseball bat, and she's gonna stand on her 2 feet.
Right. So I don't know, man. I guess it's difficult for some people to take a loss, than others. And your second fight, I believe it's the second fight you fought, Princess Harrison. Now, the fight didn't seem difficult for you at all. She seemed pretty scared, But one thing I noticed about you is that you were feeling yourself in that fight. And I saw, and not just to say you were feeling yourself, I saw footwork, I saw confidence, and I didn't know you could move that well in the ring. You really have good footwork, not to mention hand speed, and we're gonna talk about that hand speed because somebody was like, they really call her Skippity Paps. I was like, well, Sidebar, where did you come up with that name from, Skippy Paps?
I love that dude.
Tony Baker, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, Tony Baker. I was like, because I have a cat, and I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
And, there was a couple of names that were floating around, and they were pretty like aggressive, and I was like, Skippy Paps is funny. It's light,
Yeah, it is. It is.
And no one's afraid of Skibbity Paps until they have to deal with Skibbity Paps. So it's like it's cute, and
Yeah,
and you
they
run
take
it.
you lightly.
Yeah,
You
that's
know.
feel great about that.
Okay. But yeah, man. But I saw a lot of confidence, and I didn't know that you move so well. As far as footwork, and you are a southpaw. You have any advice for the young southpaws? I think I have one guy that comes on Tuesday. I train a couple of young guys, and he's a southpaw. Any advice for him as a
Yeah,
southpaw?
sure. Like use your angles, and I think most of the time with orthodox fighters, they're not used to having a southpaw that uses angles. Those little small angles create solid uppercuts. They create good spacing. They allow you to be an inside foot, outside foot, top of the foot fighter, making small adjustments. But also, don't be afraid to be awkward. Don't be afraid to slip into the body and then shoot uppercuts. Slip in the body, slip out, and roll out to the side. Like so, you get hit. You're a boxer. That happens. You know what I'm saying? Get
Yeah,
back.
you gotta try.
Don't, yeah, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be awkward and be a southpaw. Lefties are awkward. That's what it is. Be
Yeah,
awkward.
there you go. All right. Well, thank you for that. Is there any difference? What is the major difference between the amateurs and the pros? Um, and if you don't know what I'm referring to, I'm thinking about the training mostly. Because is it the same old grind that you had in the, as far as training that you had in the amateurs, or is it slightly different? I would figure personally, I would think it would be different because of the promotions on the fight, because you guys have to go out and promote those professional fights. Is it any difference?
Well, there's several differences. One, when you're getting ready for an amateur tournament, you're only thinking about yourself and sharpening up your skills, sure that you're the best version of yourself. However, when you're a professional fighter, you're looking at the opponent and where they'll be inconsistent. What rounds do they start to break down? What shots kind of get them in the right positions for you to be able to land power shots? Like, the promotion is really outside the ring, but essentially, as a fighter, you need to be able to basically sell the fact that this person is nonchalant and doesn't mean anything to you under pressure. So you don't do that as an amateur. You score, you move, you score, you move, you diffuse scoring. If you have the opportunity to knock out, but you pace yourself and you break someone down round by round as a pro. It's a very different game.
Yeah. Well, it seems to be more technical, and you look really well. Like I said, that in that second fight, who influenced your style?
Joe George.
I don't. Tell me about
George fought on Showtime card, but like I like Joe George. He's one of the boxers on my team. He's got great footwork, great head movement. He moves really well. He's like exudes a lot of confidence. I feel like I told Joe first time I saw him boxing, he was him and Christian Montana were
it.
boxing, and of course Austin Williams came by the gym. And I watched Joe, and I was like, "Damn, Joe! Like, I want some of that. Like, that is smooth. Like, the under pressure, it's like it's always in control, no matter what position that he's in, no matter where he's in the ring. He always seems to have an answer on the way out, and it's
Yeah.
you carry your hands, of course, deliver the message, but your feet really carry you. So I've
Yeah.
always been impressed. So I was like, I'm still in that. That's what I'm gonna bring to boxing.
Okay. Well, that's good, man. And usually if I ask someone that, they'll give me an answer or a person that, like old school, 70s boxer or something like that. But you got one that you work with every day, you
Well,
know?
yeah, that's legit. Don't get me wrong. Ali's my man. Like I wear Ali hoodie to every single fight. Like that.
Right.
right? Like, I mean, you'll see a little bit of it because, I start to like play around with an opponent once I get loose.
Yeah, yeah. I've
Like,
seen it.
yeah, literally dance circles around you. But the reality is of what a lot of the new school boxing and some of the like intense hard feints encounters, feints and pulls come from Joe.
Okay. All right. Well, when's your next fight? You have anything set up?
I should be fighting. I'm waiting to get confirmation. I don't want to call out, a production that really hasn't sent us a contract yet. But
Mhm.
I should be fighting in July, and hopefully that'll be for either one or two world titles.
Wow. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Now, you are currently, let's see if I got it right, WBC silver um, belt holder.
Hannah Gabriel says she wants to fight because she, by mistake, got the WBC heavyweight title because she doesn't want to fight Fran Sean. But I'm here and I'll fight her, and I'm her mandatory, so she's gonna realize that I'm not 170 pounds. I will be
Yeah.
2 and all of 6 feet when we weigh. So,
You're gonna be
like,
something to reckon with, man. I can't wait to see that.
yeah, she
You
got
know?
my mistake. I'm gonna take it home. It was an accident. She didn't mean to do that, but I understand. People, it's business.
She can hold it right now, right?
She's borrowing it for sure.
Okay. Now, is there any fantasy fight that you want?
Oh yeah, no, I want to fight Jimenez. Like she tried to bully my home girlfriend Sean around, and it's just like you want to lose weight for fights. You don't have to lose any weight now. I'm here. You can fight me.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. I hope that happens too. I hope you get all the fights you want because I think you're an exciting fight.
I want to.
And I'm paying. And everybody, please pay the pay-per-view if she's on there. I want to see it. I know you want to see it. You won't be disappointed. All my viewers, you want to see this young lady fight, you know? Let's see. Tell us something about yourself, Danielle, that no one else knows. Like I had Desiree Jameson. I don't know if you know her. I had her on last night, and she's a licensed cosmetologist. We no one knew that. And so she's able to fix you up, make you look pretty, and then beat you up. So, what about you? Is there anything about yourself that no one else really knows?
Well, I mean, there's a couple of things that probably people don't know off the back. I have my MBA in finance. I have a history degree from St. John's. I love history and I love museums. Um,
Okay.
I love to draw. Me and my sister owned a t-shirt company for a couple of years. Um, I played the bass. I love music. I love jazz. Um,
Oh, now you're talking the bass guitar.
and I love
Okay.
video. I will play Grand Theft Auto until like the sun comes up.
Yeah, so you're a gamer too.
Well, I like to live life, you know what I'm saying? You only get one, so it
Yeah.
gotta be like I just be me. I eat real healthy, you know.
That's good. We want to do that,
Yeah,
especially in the sport. Yeah. You
yeah.
know. Yeah. Okay. And you have any other projects that you're working on, or either some mentorships that you want to put out there?
I mean, I'm always open to help people. I feel like a lot of people have in boxing have opened the doors for me. And I feel like that's something I can give to the youth. I feel like there are a lot of women who think that boxing is a men's sport and they're not really interested in it. And the reason being is because it's a misunderstanding of how freeing and how confident boxing um, will make you. Like boxing is great. It's no different than karate or jujitsu. It's a combat sport. Granted, don't get me wrong, there have been some bloody nose and busted lips, but things heal, no big deal.
Mhm.
Just like basketball, I've had more surgeries from basketball than I ever have from boxing. So
Yeah. Yeah.
boxing is dangerous. Play basketball at a high level.
It's dangerous too. You get to catch those elbows. I've
Right,
had one in my eye. I'm telling you.
right. I have a butterfly stitch. I lost part of my lip was split open like this
Oh, jeez.
from my
You might
elbow.
as well fight then.
Hmm?
You might as well fight and start boxing if you're
I
going to
mean, I
sustain
did.
it.
I definitely fought her for sure.
Okay. You a fighter, man. Jeez.
Definitely. Always like,
All right. Well, that'll conclude the interview. Let me go ahead and mention my sponsor here. I do have a sponsor. That's Creative Bartending. Whether you have a wedding or reception or a fight party, contact Creative Bartending. You want to talk to Miss Brianna Sowers, and she is, you can call her at 323-427-8648. So if you're in Atlanta and you want to have a party, Danielle, please call Brianna Sowers at Creative Bartending. Again, the number is 323-427-8648, okay?
all right.
All right. All right. And I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. This was a great interview. I enjoyed myself.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're a fun person. I can't wait. Hopefully you fight in Atlanta. I get to meet you in person one day.
Well, if I fight in Atlanta, you for sure gonna come. So I got you.
I am. I will. I appreciate you. All right. All right, viewers. Thank you for looking. Make sure you keep in touch. Is there any way that my viewers can keep in contact with you?
My Instagram is Chambers11221. Or my Facebook is Danielle Chambers.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you again. Viewers, thank you for tuning in, and I will tell you guys, have a good night, okay?
Goodbye.
All right. Bye-bye.